Oh wow, gotta love it. My first Return to Ravnica draft, and look what I open, it's Jace. Um, he's not, I don't think he's overpowered in this format. I'm gonna pick him, just because, I mean, it's Jace, it's a Planeswalker, you don't pass a Planeswalker. Um, but he's not undefeatable. Um, Usually blue is going to be trying to shut down the board anyway, so you're going to be up against some aggro decks that are going to beat him down pretty easily. But his +1 ability, giving -1 to all attackers, that's really nasty, especially against decks that use numbers instead of size. Use a lot of small creatures. And I've been passed another rare here, so I'm going to be picking that, especially because these are two complementary colors. In this set we have Izzet, Golgari, Celestia, um, Azorius, and Rakdos. And so you want to kind of try to stick to those color pairs whenever you can. And blue-white is Azorius, so I'm going to be doing that. These are both very solid cards that will almost certainly make it into my deck if I'm in those colors. Um, they both have double colors, double mana in their cost, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge to work with. Um, but it's something that I can work with. Nothing I can't handle. Um, if they're definitely not going to be splashable. That's not how they're going to be happening, unless I'm in some sort of green 5 color variant. Um, Frostburn Weird is a very, very, very interesting card. And the fact that it's red and blue, I like how they designed it because it fulfills both roles. Um, right now, since I'm looking at blue-white, I'm looking to use this as kind of an early blocker, a 2-drop that's going to go down on turn 2 and block whatever centaur my opponent is playing. So I think that's going to be my pick here. Soul Tithe, I haven't really been having that much luck with. Um, I don't think the format is fast enough where the tempo that you gain by making your opponent pay that mana every turn is going to be worthwhile. Runewing is also pretty solid, but it's expensive. I kind of want, if I'm going to be doing Jason, Palisade Giant, and that kind of thing, Flyers will come later. Frostburn Weird, um, I'm going to be wanting to drop him pretty early. Sorry about that. Um, Now here, my eye's drawn to this. It's kind of removal, but it's not really because it only holds it off for a turn. I really like it. I like the fact that it cycles. I see another Frostburn Weird here. I might pick that up. Um, I'm also seeing some pretty solid Izzet stuff. So I might want to keep that in mind if I want to start going into a third color. Um, and in fact, I'm considering that right now. Um, it's going to be either Gutter Snipe, Izzet Key Rune, Inaction Injunction, or Ethereal Armor. And honestly, I think I'm gonna go with. I want to go with the gutter snipe just because I want the solid body. I want the creature. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Um, it's still early in the draft. I can figure out what colors I am later. And red blue is still an option, especially with all these weirds flying around. Except that's not the one that I want. That's the bad one. I like the Frostburn weird. Blister Coil is not that great. I don't see anything that valuable here. Um, Deviant Glee is going to be a really good addition to whoever ends up in Rakdos, but I don't see myself going in that direction yet. I'll have to get past a few more powerful black red cards before I do that. Um, I think I'm gonna pick cancel here. Cancel's it's kind of overpriced. People are still kind of used to the 1 and 2 mana counter spells. Um, but you'll have opportunities to cast it. It's not unheard of. And it looks like we got some more solid white here. Um, so it looks like I might be getting pushed into that direction. But we got another weird here, so I think that's what I'm going to be going with first. I want to lay that groundwork um, of the early drops before I start worrying about what I'm going to do late game. Because you got to survive the early game before you even consider what you're going to be doing after that. Um, and Celestia is a very powerful archetype here. Um, oh, now that I think about it, Armory Guard probably. I think Armory Guard was actually the better pick there. Even if you don't have the Guild Gate, 2/5 for 4 is pretty solid. Um, Trying to think, there's a lot of 4 power, not as much as 3. You're going to be seeing a lot of 3 power creatures, a lot of centaurs going around, a lot of centaur tokens. But there are four power creatures that you're going to have to worry about. Now here, I don't see anything that's going to be going in my Azorius deck. So I'm going to either pick something that I don't want my opponents to have, or something that I might, in the off chance, use. And um, the Yoshino Racketeer works really well with Void Wielder, or that 2/1 fairy. I forget the name. Um, so I'm gonna pick him up. I might end up going into some Izzet stuff if stuff starts getting passed my way. Here, Dynacharge, not really a big fan of that. The land destruction in this set's so expensive. I hate it. I want to be able to use it to deny my opponent their guild gates, but they don't want to seem to. Wizards doesn't want me to be doing that. Um, I'm passing some pretty solid cards here. Druid's Deliverance is going to go in someone's Celestia deck. That's definitely going to go in someone's Golgari deck. Um, but I'm just going to go with this. I'm going to pick the card that's going in my deck. You'll notice I didn't pick Dynacharge. People have been telling me that it's a good card, and I don't believe them. I don't like it. Um, since it doesn't boost the toughness at all, usually you're trading 2 for 1. You're taking your small guy, you're beefing him up, but he still ends up just trading with the enemy creature instead of killing it entirely. I'd much rather have a Giant Growth, and even then, Giant Growth I'm not a big fan of. This is pretty solid removal, especially in a Azorius kind of deck where you want to punish your opponent for trying to attack you. Um, Sphere of Safety I'm not a big fan of. I'm not sure if that's okay. Um, Usually you want a whole lot of enchantments. You want a whole lot of those ethereal armor spells. Um, but right now I'm just going to be picking. I'm going to be picking the monitor here because that's a very solid creature that someone is going to want, and I don't want them to get it. And here now we just have garbage. Some people have said that they like this card. I think it's too expensive. There's the Centaur Courser or whatever, Courser's Accord version that's only 6 mana. That's a lot easier to get off. And you want to be getting your stuff started as soon as possible. You're populating. I'm gonna pick the Doorkeeper. Give me another blocker. Um, that's gonna be kind of my strategy right now. Is just get as many blockers as I can. There's some ethereal armor, so I'll pick that. um, and I'll try to collect more as the draft goes on, as I see more and more of the packs. Yeah, now it's just garbage, garbage, garbage. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. Downsize is the other one that people have been telling me is a good combat trick, and I don't believe them. For the most part, it ends up just being a fog. And if you think that fog is a solid card, then you're already lost. I'm not gonna try to convince you of anything. Um, this is very much the pick here. Three, three in the air is very good, and he detains something, gets me some tempo. So I'm gonna pick that. There's that Void Wielder I was telling you about. Um, we might end up splashing some red if things go our way. Sorry. Um, I haven't seen any guild gates that I want yet, and that's a little worrisome. I want to be able to splash, and in order to do that, I'm going to need a couple guild gates in the right colors. Um, in this pack, I probably, if that power card wasn't there, I probably would have picked up a Rune Wing or Paralyzing Grasp. And here we got another pretty obvious pick here, the Syncopate. That is a very solid. Uh, it's not really a removal spell, but in the kind of control-y deck that I'm building right now, it's very good. I will definitely be picking it. Notice the Splatter Thug and the Explosive Impactor here. So Izzet is definitely going to be an option eventually. If if I splash anything, I am definitely going to be going into Izzet because I'm definitely getting past some pretty solid red stuff. There's another Armory Guard there that might table. I'm not sure. Tower Drake, too expensive for what I'm getting. You notice I'm paying 3 mana for this guy. He's a 2/1. Um, the Sky Knight I pay 3. Same price, same converted mana cost, but I'm getting 3 power. Um, and for the most part, people aren't going to be blocking in the air anyway. Um, Paralyzing Grasp was something I wanted to talk about a little bit. Let me see if I have time for that. Soulsworn Spirit is very slow. I don't like casting that. 4 mana for 2 unblockable. I'd much rather go for some of the cheaper flyers. Flying is sparse enough that unblockable isn't really that valuable. I'd rather just pay for the flying. Paralyzing Grasp, the thing I wanted to say about that was that if you are always on the offensive, if you are always attacking, sometimes there are some Izzet Rakdos hybrids that people play. Paralyzing Grasp is worthless because you want to be getting your opponent's blockers out of the way. But in a control-y kind of deck like the one I'm building right now, white-blue, Paralyzing Grasp is the kind of removal I want. Creatures are going to be attacking me, and I'm going to be playing Paralyzing Grasp on them and saying, no, you cannot attack anymore. And here we have another Palisade Giant, and I'm going to be picking it because it's a very powerful card. It kind of sucks that I'm being given such an easy draft for my first one. Um, as these two are also very solid white cards. The Justiciar um, basically takes out 2 creatures for just a turn, and that one turn is surprisingly valuable. When I first saw the set, I didn't think it was that big a deal. Just kind of like how Fog works, where you stall them for a turn and then they come back and start attacking. Um, but it can be used to take out blockers. It can be used to take out creatures like the Celestia Guildmage that have activated abilities, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of uses for it, and I think tempo is one of them. Um, it lets you get some hits in without any recourse. I've got some more removal here, so I'm going to pick that up. Um, and let's see, I'm looking at the gold cards here. I got the this guy. Usually, you're actually unless you're splashing, Azorius somehow. His flying ability isn't actually that valuable because Azorius already has plenty of flyers. So usually what's going to happen with that ability is either you're going to splash him into a Celestia deck and make one of your centaurs jump over your opponent's stuff, or you're going to put it in an Izzet deck and do the same thing with that Tenement Crasher. So usually I'm going to be using him for his repeatable detain. But I am going to be picking him because that repeatable detain is very handy. And there's Fairy Imposter. So let's see, do I still want... Yeah, I'm going to want to be bouncing the Sky Knight. So I'm going to be picking that. Electrickery, more solid red cards being passed my way. Rootborn Defense is only going to be good in Celestia, same with the Guild Gate. So someone around the table is going to be building Celestia. Holy cow. Okay. We got a lot of options here. So I'm going to rule out Chronic Flooding because that's garbage. And I'm going to rule out these two because they are... Bellows Lizards is solid, but not in this deck. That's garbage. I think I'm going to go for some more removal. Like I said, my opponent's going to be attacking a lot, and I'm going to want to take out their creatures. It's still Pack 2. I think Pack 3 I'll start worrying about getting my evasive creatures. I'll start picking Rune Wings more highly, that kind of thing. Okay, sure. I'll take another one. Let's see. There's another Doorkeeper. Whenever I pick a Doorkeeper, I ignore his tap ability, basically. The only thing I value him for is 2 mana, 4 toughness. That's all I'm looking at. And just solid white body. Can't complain about a bear. Not in this format. And you've seen that I've been picking up Paralyzing Grasps, and there's also Arrest in this format. So being able to destroy enchantments is pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'll start picking up some evasion now. Keening Apparition. I've got my defense down, so I'm just I don't know. I feel like Keening Apparition is kind of a Swiss Army knife. It's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none, and you want to be picking the masters as much as you can. So I'm going to keep picking up some red. Whenever I don't have any other choices, I'm going to be picking red. In just that off chance, that crazy third pack craziness that happens, or that could happen. I kind of lost my train of thought. Keening Apparition is jack of all trades. It attacks, it blocks, and it takes out enchantments, but it doesn't attack or block very well. It just does it kind of mediocre. And right now I want either something that can lock down the board or something that can attack in the air very well. And Keening Apparition does neither of those things. We got another Sky Knight here. I might want to hate draft that. So the question is, do I hate draft the Worm, or do I take the Sky Knight that I very much want? And I think I'm gonna go with the guaranteed here. I'm gonna go with the Sky Knight because I don't know what's going on the rest of the table. I don't know if Armada Worm's actually even going to be useful for anyone. And I'd much rather guarantee that my deck is good than try and make my opponent's decks bad. Now, we have an Izzet Guildgate, and that's what I was keeping my eye out for, so I can splash some of that red. But we also have another Paralyzing Grasp. And I feel like I've got too many Paralyzing Grasps now. Usually you only want like one or two. Take out their power players. Against Celestia, they're going to be populating, so Paralyzing Grasp doesn't do much because they'll just keep bringing out more guys. Um, so I think I actually am going to pick the Guild Gate here. Um, that might end up being the wrong choice, but I'm going to go with it. Um, Stab Wound is very powerful black. I shouldn't be seeing that. That's not good. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I'm gonna hate draft that. Dramatic Rescue is a nice little trick. Um, and Centaur Healer's also some pretty solid Celestia. Same with that. But I don't think I want to be casting that unless I'm populating. So that's why I'm not picking that. So I'm gonna hate draft the Stab Wound. Just make sure my opponents don't get that. Um, I've lost games to that loses to life thing. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating indeed. Alright, so let's look over this. There's no equipment in this set. It's really weird. There's one sword, and that's it. I know I'm not playing green, and I know I'm not playing black. I am blue-white with maybe a splash of red. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the heck are you passing me here? Okay, so that is another very powerful Celestia card. And it's very splashable, too. I just need to have one green. So I might actually pick it. I was planning on going into red, but none of these are really bomb-worthy, and Wayfaring Temple is actually very bomb-worthy. Very much a bomb. Um, so yeah, I'm going to go with that. The Skywatch is nice, but it's not a bomb. This is a bomb. I'm picking the bomb. And we're going to see if we can pick up a Celestia Guild Gate. Or that Promenade. Where I saw the Promenade earlier. And that was... I might have wanted to pick that up. That's very interesting that I got past that. I did not expect it. Alright, more removal. Azorius Charm. Let's get it. Not much to say there. I mean, you can cycle it, or you can make your guys get lifelink or whatever, but for the most part, you're going to be using the combat trick thing. We got a Golgari Guildgate here. We got Tower Drake. Those are the things I'd be looking to pick if, or Soul Tithe, I guess. I don't know. I don't like Soul Tithe. It's such a weird form of removal. And we got Dramatic Rescue again, and I wish I had some sort of... I guess the two Sky Knights are going to be what I'm going to be rescuing for the most part. Unless someone tries to put damage on my big white guy. What's his name? A Palisade Giant. I might Dramatic Rescue him. Yeah, Electrickery's really nice though. It's such a shame that I'm not going to be able to be using that. I don't think I'm going to be going into Izzet. Not the way this draft's looking. Very solid flyer here. Again, cheap, high toughness. I like that. I'm looking to see if there's anything I need to hate draft first. Common Bond is kind of a nice combat trick, but it's not anything that's going to... it's not a playing piece. It's not a keystone of anything. Same with Essence Backlash. Someone's going to kind of like it, but not be too excited about it. And I'm alright with having that. See what I tell you about the Rune Wing. It's coming around. I really want to get that Saber, though. Sticking that on one of those Sky Knights, that'd be nasty. I'm thinking about doing that. Maybe stick it on a weird, um, and it's colorless, so it's gonna get picked up if I don't pick it. I know there's no chance of it tabling now, but I know I'll get past more blue later. I probably won't get another chance to pick colorless. Um, yeah, okay, now I'll pick the Rune Wing. Search warrant. Okay, yeah, I don't want anything in this pack, so I'm just gonna take up the fixing. Um, Maybe I'll put that in, and then I'll have the stab wound and the that Celestia bomb that I picked up. That'd be kind of neat. Another dramatic rescue, yeah, I'll pick that up. Nice little combat trick. Um, this is going very smoothly. It's kind of disturbing me. Um, I don't like it when it goes this easily. Um, Usually blue and white. Maybe green and black. That'd be kind of fun. Um, this guy's weird. 2 mana for 2/1. You'd think would be nice. Like just something to throw down, do some work, and then go away. But he sucks. There's too many cards like the Frostburn Weird or the Pegasus. Yeah, I'll pick that up. Right. So let's see what kind of deck we're building here. Okay, first I'm going to take out all the green, black, and red just in case. Okay, so Jace is definitely going in. I like to put one Dispel in. I don't like having too many, but having one just... Because everyone has combat tricks. Everyone does. Syncopate definitely. Put those Paralyzing Grasps in. I'm not sure about the Fairy Imposter yet. I'm not sure what I have that I want to bounce yet, so I'll keep that on the side for now. Rune Wing's nice, though. Palisade Giant. Ethereal Armor, very nice. I like this card. Um, I'm going to stick that on a one of my ground troops, and I'm going to power through. It's going to be great. Especially with all the Paralyzing Grasps that I've got. It's going to be very nice. I'm going to keep the Keening Apparitions back, see what I've got first. I'll put them in if I need them, but at the moment I've got more important things to worry about. Sky Knight, Field Mage, blah blah blah. Life gain is very important. I didn't consider this. It's not something you really think about, but um, the fact that there's life gain tacked onto a couple of these spells in this format, um, that Centaur Healer, that 3 life it has actually in the past made a difference for me uh, between a win and a loss. So don't underestimate that. A lot of times people are attacking you're attacking your opponent, your opponent's attacking you back, and yeah, you just got to worry about your life totals, and sometimes being able to boost your life just a little bit is going to be what you need. Um, so I'm looking at my cards right now. I'm seeing what kind of cards I'd want to be bouncing with my Fairy Imposter, and the Sky Knights are really the only thing I want. Um, So what I'm thinking is I'll keep it in the sideboard, and then if my opponent uses enchantment removal instead of other sorts of removal, sorceries and instants, then I'll use the imposter. Um, I really want to use that Wayfaring Temple. That'd be so much fun. Um, I'm gonna go with what's solid. No, not the Doorkeeper. Not the Doorkeeper. I wanted to put in Cancel because that's a solid counter spell. I'm going to put in the Keening Apparitions. Keening Apparition singular. Trying to see if there's any way I can fit in that fairy because 2 in the air is good. I don't want to underestimate that. It's just I don't want to have to be bouncing something like my Palisade Giant or something crazy like that. Yeah, sure, I'll put that in. A few of my decks, I've been noticing that I've been putting a lot less land in for this format. 17 used to be kind of my standard, and I've been running 16 a lot, and sometimes even pushing it down to 15. Um, just because after you've got like 5, 6 lands out, you're done. That's all you need, and anything else is just garbage. So yeah, if you're like Golgari or um, some other, or Celestine's got that Guild Mage where you can pump a whole lot of mana in. Um, those guys are going to be wanting to uh, have 16, 17 lands in, but for oh, maybe I should put him in. What can I take out to put him in? I like his toughness ability. He kind of doubles as both attacker and blocker. Um, maybe I'll take out Cancel for him. I'm not really a big fan of Cancel anyway. Alright, so let's see the color balance, and then we'll get busy. I think I'm just going to do 8 and 8. I don't see any real imbalance in my colors here. It's pretty solidly... well, there's the weird. I'm going to want to power him. So maybe I'll do 9 and 7. That sound good to everyone? Yeah. Okay. Save the deck. And thanks for watching.